Okay, right. Left hand one was your before setup. Head was left of the ball. Sternum was on feeling a little bit tilted to your lead side, okay? Everything now is almost pre-setting yourself to be ahead of the ball as you hit that golf ball, yeah?
Yeah.
So as you swing the golf club back here now, it's very hard from here, so you get a bit steeper with the club as you come back down. Everything now is moving left, 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 left. This club is steep as you come into the golf ball. You've now got to try and stall the body out because you said your head keeps going left. It's not your head moving left. You're not keeping your body in a perfect spot on your head, so this sort of tipping randomly. Whole body's moving with the head together, yeah? And that's causing you to get, I mean, as you come into the golf ball in now, that club is coming down from quite an acute angle into the golf ball, making it tough to you to hit golf shots with any kind of loft.
Yeah.
So with 7, 8, 9 wedge, you hit them well, and you hit them lower, they go a long way. Hence why your 6 and 7, or 7 and 8 and 9, 9 can go quite a long way, but the 5 and the 4 iron, they just don't go up in the air. Yeah, I mean, you've got 7 degrees of launch angle on that 5 iron, so
that's
to get
strike.
exactly, yeah. And then with the driver being even less, you either roof it because the ball's teed up, or you just go 0 degrees of launch angle. Okay, so the sensation for you is, I think you get a bit wide with the feet on this right hand one. Okay, but you can see now the ball is nearer the target than the centre of your chest or your sternum or your head, okay? And we've got to try and focus on that. So as we swing to the top of the backswing here now, we're behind the golf ball really nicely, okay? So we're turning our weight shift into the right side. As we come back down now, yes, there's still going to be a bit of movement towards target, but because you started off behind the ball initially, you've had a bit of space and time. So when the club is coming back in the golf ball now, it's a bit shallower. Impact there, I would say your head's probably a little bit further over than you want it to be, but at least you're kind of matching things up here with the arms. It's a little bit leaning over. The fact your legs are quite wide means your knees can't really kind of move and come together.
Yeah.
And if your top half has moved that way, it'd be very hard for your knee to. Then that right foot sort of tries to slide and glide there. But at least when you finish the swing there, sort of coming through, there was a bit of a functional softening of the arm, not this rigid, stiff that you were getting before, yeah? So in terms of a swing movement, that actually wasn't too bad. This movement here is actually pretty good, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you're rotating nice now, keeping your head fairly stable. As you move your head and body around your spine this way is a good turn. It's now just feeling more of a sensation of sort of falling this way and rotating rather than the big old shove that you get on this one here now where you're already starting left, and then as you come into the golf ball now, so they're sort of popping up as you come through. This sort of, I'm rising, I'm lifting my head. We're not lifting your head. Again, the body's moving in such a way, trying to react to the ground, just getting in the way. I mean, if you're coming down as steep as you were here, and you're going to bury the club in the ground, your brain's going to go, if I hit the ground that hard, it's going to start popping back up to do something, yeah? And you'll try and figure out a way of doing it. The problem is you end up making 3 or 4 different adjustments, and then the ball goes great on the range after your 20, so you go, hey, boss, I cracked it. What did I just do? I can't remember, yeah? And then you try to remember all the different things, okay? So we'll look a bit more at the driver now. I've got some tees we'll set up, okay? Obviously, from a driver perspective, if I draw some lines on here so we can see kind of where you are, the ball with the driver is going to be further forward.
Yes.
For me, I end up aiming it underneath kind of my left armpit or left arm, okay? We don't want to go necessarily left heel because then you'd be miles forward for you, okay? If you are that wider stance, you might go a bit narrow. I mean, that's probably almost a driver width stance there anyway, okay? But we move the ball, we aim to set the golf ball up from our sternum. It's more of a constant rather than between our feet, yeah? You said, does the ball go back and forward for different clubs? You basically measure it from here. And as the stance gets a little bit progressively narrower with shorter clubs and wider with longer clubs, it gives the impression that ball has moved back and forth in your stance. It hasn't. But the stance changing width will give the impression. If I stand here to this yellow golf ball, okay, and the ball now is left to centre with my feet are back shoulder width apart, if I go and bring it narrower, where's the ball now? It's back in my stance.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't moved it this, yeah? All I'm doing now is that. But my sternum now is moving just a bit left of the golf ball, yeah? I could have the ball back in my stance here and be like this. I'm still hitting the ground beyond the golf ball. Set the ground behind the golf ball, or have the ball further forward, but I set it like this. I'm now going to be topping it coming over the top. I put the ball further forward. I mean, yeah, they're extreme cases, obviously, but you can see that the ball position really, once you measured off your sternum and your chest, they're more of a constant. Okay? Yeah. So with the driver, we'll have a sort of slightly more tilted setup again, a little bit, because we want to be definitely on the way up on this one and get that launch up rather than it being 0 or 90, okay? And then swing-wise, again, this right side is going to get out your way a little bit more. So the feeling of you rotating and using your engine more, you see. At least now you're starting to turn this right side nicely and getting behind it, which is really good. And this is why you get some 6 and 7 irons there that have been really, really good. And I would say probably, maybe not so much the 4 or 5 iron, but the bad ones have been a lot less bad, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah, that 5 iron was horrid.
Yeah. But then again, you got to think that swinging a golf club from this new position now is going to take a bit of getting used to.
Yeah.
5 and 4 irons are just tough club to use, yeah? At whatever level you're at. I mean, a lot of the pros or good amateurs are dropping 4 irons for hybrids. So they realise it's an easier club to use. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, mate?
7 wood.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, the Scottish Scheffler, yeah. Right.